Well, by now, you've likely heard that both the Browns and their ticket prices managed to hit a new rock bottom this week. Seats for Sunday's game can be purchased on the secondhand market for as little as $6. $6 is darn cheap, but I don't want the Browns fans to feel obligated to take advantage of this embarrassingly affordable opportunity out of loyalty. That would be like going to a Chinese buffet, getting food poisoning, going back, getting food poisoning again, and the next day getting a 60% off coupon in the mail and thinking, boy, that's a pretty good deal.
They laughed at this idea until it went viral. Suddenly, stadiums are emptier than a ghost town. Ticket prices are in a free fall, and fans are cheering from their couches. Shaddeur Sanders just sparked a rebellion, and everyone's asking, can one player really make fans boycott games? Buckle up.
This is bad. This is bad. Kevin Stefanski, you said what? You just still admitted in saying that Shedeur Sanders is still not getting any reps. Shedeur Sanders is still doing the same stuff he was doing during training camp when they had him off on a side field throwing into trash cans and to staff. This is crazy. Shedeur Sanders' only reps come after practice on his own. This is
The Cleveland Browns are staring down a stadium emptier than a ghost town on a Tuesday night, and ticket prices are plummeting faster than a quarterback under a blitz.
I love this NFL owner of the Cleveland Browns, Jim Haslam. You mad? Why? Because people ain't coming up to the games. You ain't selling out Cleveland Browns Stadium. They ain't watching on TV. Your ratings are down. Why? Because you didn't play Shaddeur Sanders. See, you wanted Joe Flacco. Now, I like Joe Flacco, but he ain't Shaddeur Sanders. We want Shaddeur Sanders in there. All right? Ticket sales have plummeted. Okay? Or why viewer ratings have plummeted. Okay? They're not buying your stuff and your jerseys anymore, Jim Haslam, because you don't want to pay Shaddeur Sanders.
$50 gone. $5 barely a consolation prize. $1 for real. It's like the Browns accidentally discovered the retail clearance section and thought, yeah, this is how we roll now.
We've lost so much that we are grasping onto anything. The coach, the GM, at least we got this. No, guys, this is the second time in how many weeks that you see coaches on the sideline laughing at you. It was Vrabel and then it was Glenn this week, jumping up, celebrating. And if that's not embarrassing to the owner, if it's not embarrassing to the organization, it should be embarrassing to the fans. And I wouldn't show up to do nothing with them on Sunday. I'd leave every seat orange if that's what they feel like is acceptable.
What sparked this financial apocalypse, you ask? One name, Shaddeur Sanders. Fans weren't just mildly disappointed that Shaddeur wasn't getting time on the field. They went nuclear.
Browns fans have started to boycott. Tickets are down to $6. Nasty work over there. Welcome to Keep the Vision. About Shaddeur Sanders today and the lack of reps. He's not getting any reps, you guys. He has to go practice on Saturdays, the day before the game when nobody's there. He has to do stuff after practice. He don't get no reps during practice when the actual main players are doing stuff. No. He's with the developmental guys working out after the real practices are done.
This isn't your grandma skipping a bake sale. This is a full-blown boycott movement, a sit-in of wallets and fandom, a slow-motion rebellion that's making the Browns rethink every life choice they've made since draft day. The message is simple: no Shaddeur, no support, and apparently no mercy on ticket prices.
Kevin Stefanski shouldn't even get on the bus to head back to Cleveland. Like, we should be done with him. We should be done with him. We should be done with just about everybody else. If that Adam Schefter report is true and they're looking to possibly trade off some of your assets, do it. Give the opportunity for the next front office, for the next head coaching staff. Because me personally, I'm sick and tired of watching this team every single week in 5 back-to-back years. Joke!
The Browns front office is scrambling like a quarterback in the pocket with no blockers. Dylan Gabriel is supposed to lead the team, but let's be honest, even a paper airplane could outmaneuver this defense better than Dylan on a good day. Meanwhile, insiders are whispering that Shaddeur might just get a chance because apparently reality is starting to hit. Fans actually care about who plays. Who knew?
Meanwhile, the city was a sea of brown and orange this afternoon for the Browns season opener. Unfortunately,
Well, Lena, it's safe to say Browns fans are not too happy this evening. They say, sadly, this is a feeling they know all too well. Now, some fans that we talked to were more optimistic than others. They focused on the positives.
And the fans aren't subtle about it. Garrett Bush, Mace, Skip Biss. They've all joined the revolt, encouraging anyone with a ticket to stay home, keep it in their pocket, and watch the chaos from the comfort of their couch. It's almost poetic. The Browns built a financial strategy on excitement and ticket sales, and fans replied with empty seats and a collective shrug. If revenue had feelings, it would be crying in the corner, holding a tiny jersey and wondering what went wrong.
So Kevin Stefanski confirmed that the second half of today's game versus the Baltimore Ravens was Shaddeur Sanders' first snap with the starting offense since the Browns drafted him. This tells me a lot. This tells me that they never planned to play Shedeur Sanders at all this year. The only reason why he played was because of Dylan Gabriel went out with a concussion. He also confirmed that if he's cleared, Shedeur Sanders is going back to the bench. So
inside the locker room, things are just as spicy. Myles Garrett is visibly done with the whole ordeal, confronting coach Kevin Stefanski like someone just told him water is wet. He's not holding back. Tension is spilling over faster than a soda cup in a linebacker's tackle. And let's be real, watching a star player lose patience with leadership isn't just drama. It's front row entertainment for anyone who's been secretly rooting for the Browns' implosion.
Yo, I gotta say this real quick. You were right, and I was wrong. We ain't never seen nothing like shit.
I told you. Let's go.
Because when you said that early on, I'm like, what are you talking about? They carried the games in Oklahoma, but that was just Oklahoma. That was for Baker. It was like the Oklahoma fan base. They carried the games in Norman, Browns games in Norman. I'm like, that was just as big.
Are you telling me that this is the biggest circus the Browns have ever been a part of?
Yes.
Jay, you not.
Yes.
Wait, because I remember, like, I'm not draft.
I told you.
I remember the Deshaun Watson circus.
No, that was a different.
That was a hold up. But
because of what he brought with him.
Yeah, but that divided the actual Browns fans.
Analysts are sharpening their knives too. They're tearing into Stravinsky for refusing to give Shaddeur a shot, calling out the rebuilding excuse while ticket prices dive and Dylan's performance hovers somewhere between disappointing and catastrophic. The message is crystal clear. Keep ignoring Shaddeur, and this season might just collapse faster than a poorly built fantasy football roster.
Then I stumbled on this post listing Browns tickets for this weekend's game against Baltimore for just $1. That's right, people dropping $6 were actually overpaying, it turns out, because they skipped Cleveland.
Meanwhile, insiders like Mary Kay Cat are hinting that Shaddeur could make an appearance against the Ravens, which has fans buzzing like a stadium full of vuvuzelas. Everyone's calculating, speculating, and overthinking, basically turning ticket boycotts into a national pastime. And with Dylan on the field, looking like he's auditioning for a slow-motion highlight reel of mistakes, the pressure is mounting.
I gotta understand why everybody thinks Stefanski hates the kid. I gotta understand why everybody thinks Stefanski hates the kid.
He's been saying Shedur's doing everything right. He's in there grinding. He's preparing. But Stefanski won't give him a shot. Fuck practice. Made a statement yesterday.
Browns ain't about to play for no real games, no real Super Bowls, no playoffs. But I think he's scared that if Shaddeur goes out there and looks good, he might not look like he knows what he's doing.
So you better off keeping him on the bench. You better off riding it out with Dylan Gabriel.
It's a ticking time bomb, except instead of explosives, it's disappointment, empty seats, and a single bright star who refuses to play. Unless forced, the Browns' strategy has become painfully obvious. Say all the right things, appease no one, and hope that by some miracle fans show up, but the Shaddeur effect is relentless. One player, one benching, and suddenly the financial bedrock of a franchise is cracking under the weight of empty seats and mass frustration.
You're terrible. You're terrible. Oh, Myles Garrett, you shouldn't have signed a new contract. You should have got out. Y'all won't win 5 games this year unless you put Shedeur Sanders in, and nobody's coming to the games. It was half full. That means it was half empty. No Shedeur, we ain't watching. Jim Haslam, I love it. You're furious. You're mad. You're pissed off. You're ticked off. There's nothing you can do because the people have spoken. Unless you put Shedeur Sanders in that game so he can win something for you, you won't get anybody coming to your games. Why? Because we don't like you and we want to see Shaddeur Sanders only.
And if you think this is just about money, think again. The locker room is fracturing, player morale is dipping, and the coach might be closer to unemployment than he is to redemption. So what do you think? Will Shaddeur finally take the field, or is the Browns' chaos just getting started? Drop your thoughts below, hit like if you're Team Shaddeur, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates on this wild saga.